listening to the LOZ Podcast Network.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the LOZ Podcast Network. Another edition to talk to people around the Lake of the Ozarks about their business, organization, and sometimes we just talk to them about what's going on. Today, I love this guest. We have him on quite a bit. Chef John Buchanan. Chef John, how are you doing?
Doing wonderful.
Now, a lot of times we introduce somebody and we introduce the restaurant that they're from. With you, we have several choices, so we're going to go down the list. But Chef John has 3 different locations at Lake of the Ozarks, all of them servicing the west side of the lake, which no longer is truly the west side of the lake because there is no more toll. So it takes literally 8 minutes to get over to the west side, and you can enjoy all the things going on. And I think for a lot of people, John, that maybe didn't try the west side before, it's kind of like, hey, what's this over here? This is kind of cool.
Exactly. So, it's with the toll bridge, being gone, we're starting to snag people from the Osage Beach side. So, yeah, we're starting to see a little bit more traffic.
That's great. Well, let's start with the first one on the list that I want to talk about today is Trattoria. Did I say that right? Trattoria.
Yes, you did. Yeah. After several podcast interviews, I think you got it.
So the location over there, Italian, amazing Italian. I think Italian might be a little too restrictive for it because you experiment a little bit over there with a lot of different flavors, right? Tell us a little bit about that menu and what you guys do over there.
So, calling it a strict Americanized Italian restaurant is kind of a thrill. I kind of like to add my culinary twist to dishes and to ethnical foods. So is it Italian-based? Italian? Yeah. So take, for example, a classic carbonara. So why not take a classic carbonara, the sauce, and pair it with some gnocchi that's done with a little bit of ricotta, so it's a little bit more fluffy. And why not throw pork belly on top of it?
Why not?
So I just kind of take ethnical foods and kind of put my own twist on it.
Yeah, it's amazing. And like you said, I mean, yeah, are you gonna get a pasta over there? You could, yeah, you get any kind of, but it's gonna be with flair. It's gonna have a little bit extra, just like that dish you just explained. And then obviously great bar atmosphere over there. I love the bar atmosphere over there.
Absolutely. I have a huge passion for bourbon and actually curated cocktails in general. I mean, we take a classic bee's knees, add a little bit of a handmade lavender syrup to it. So, yeah, I mean, everything from the food to the drinks are inspired.
And tell us a little bit about Oak and Ember, which is attached. I'll call it a speakeasy. Why not? It's just kind of attached to the restaurant, but it's a bourbon and cigar bar, which is so unique for the lake. I love it, man. It's such a cool space.
Yeah, I mean, right now, it is the only cigar lounge tied to a restaurant. So something a little bit more unique. Not only can you come there, get a curated bourbon cocktail, but you can also get food as well. So you can order an appetizer, you can order one of our handcrafted pizzas, you can order a full meal right there in the lounge.
Yeah, and it's just a great experience. I mean, it adds so much flavor to that location. It's just such a cool atmosphere.
Yeah, I absolutely love it. The decor kind of gives you that speakeasy feel. I actually have a doorbell that you ring and it goes to the bartender to alert them to come in, to service, fill your drink up, bring you an appetizer. So kind of a cool concept.
Yeah, so cool. Guys, you got to get over there. And anytime Thursday through Saturday right now to start the season off. After Mother's Day, you'll actually have Sunday and Monday, right? Open?
Sundays.
Yeah. So Sundays.
At the Trattoria, yes.
Yeah, Sundays at Trattoria after Mother's Day. And then we can't not talk about an event going on there next Wednesday because it's my event. This is the West Side Social that I am sponsoring with the LOZ app. We're doing it at the Trattoria, and I'm super excited to have it there.
Oh, absolutely. We're super excited to be able to host the West Side Social again this year. Conflict scheduling, came into play for last year, but it's back at the Tavern Trattoria, and we had it for Trails End, for quite a long time as well. So just really enjoy the event. It gives local businesses opportunity to come in, kind of kibitz, talk a little bit, and not only do they get to use the bourbon lounge, the cigar lounge, but also to check out the space. So the last couple of ones that we've hosted for the new season, we've had new businesses in there, new people. So it's just a great way to come out and socialize and be able to meet local businesses.
Yep, and we invite you guys to come on out. Like I said, LOZ app will be there. We're benefiting Wonderland Camp for that event, so it's going to be interesting. We'll have all kinds of different things, the ways you can help Wonderland Camp, and then we'll also always have door prizes and all kinds of gift cards to give away at the event itself.
Yeah, I'll give you just a little touch into the menu I'm doing for you. So how does Korean barbecue pork belly sound good? You know,
you had me at Korean barbecue. You could have finished that with anything, and it was, I'm a huge fan of Korean barbecue. I'm a huge fan of your sticky ribs, which kind of leads. I tend to think that's kind of a Korean barbecue dish that you offer over at Tavern at Trails End. Let's go. It's a great segue. Let's talk about Tavern at Trails End, one of the best kept. I don't even know how to explain it. It's just the neatest experience on the West Side to go have dinner there.
Yeah, I mean, with the new season coming up, people that do know me and people that don't, I change my menus 2 to 3 times a year. Of course, keeping some of the favorites, as the Korean sticky ribs are a staple on the Tavern Trails End menu. But yeah, I mean, coming up here in 2 weeks, brand new menu for the season. So, Trails End is just, I mean, like you said, how do you describe it? I mean, it's just unique. The original cabin is from 1852, so you kind of get this woodsy, just kind of warm, lodgy type of vibe. Out at Trails End, it's, it kind of speaks to the name. I mean, you go down to this gravel road and then boom, out in the middle of nowhere, here's this log cabin.
Yeah. But the atmosphere is so cool. It's you sit in there. I mean, it's not a huge place. I mean, you only have a limited amount of tables. So if you're coming in there, plan to sit in the bar for a little bit and enjoy your time and have a drink and just relax. It's a great experience. And anybody that I tell goes to the lake, I tell them to come there because I think the menu is just so cool. And again, hopefully with all your changes, you're going to keep the pork chop on the menu. I hope you're going to keep the pork chop.
Yes,
on the menu.
pork chop stays on the menu. Yeah, we'll always have maybe a different preparation. I change the sauces or whatnot. And actually, I'm doing a pork tomahawk this time around.
Ooh,
so it'll be your nice long chine bone, that's on the pork. But yeah, so we do a little bit of play.
Yeah, and when you guys make potatoes, it's not just potatoes. It's like you guys have everything you do has just got such a unique, amazing. And if you like gooey butter cake, well.
I honestly have to say, I mean, I do think mine's the best around. Of course, everybody is very fond of their own product, as you should be. But I've had so many people like, oh my Lord, this is literally the best I've ever had.
Yeah,
which is my goal.
You do a good job on it, and you're always accommodating to special dietary needs. Or, we came in there one night and we were sitting there and looking over the menu, and we just couldn't figure out what we wanted. I mean, there was so many choices. We were like, well, we should get this, we should get that, and you're like, I'll tell you what. Why don't you pick 3 different meats you like, and I'll surprise you? And you came out with this family-style dinner that my friends still talk about today. This is 5 years ago. They still bring up that dinner because it was so amazing.
Oh, thank you. And talking about coming out, touching tables, and doing customized stuff. Of course, we do the best we can to customize, but especially when it comes to dietary needs, that unfortunately, like the alpha gal is kind of running rampant right now. Mm-hmm. So we get a lot of people with alpha-gal or celiacs, and either myself or my chefs will personally come out to the table and create a meal and customize a meal for you. There's not a lot of places that do that. Like the menu is what you see, that's what you get. Sorry, not at any of my restaurants. We will come out and customize.
Yeah, it's amazing. And again, you're open there Thursday, Friday, Saturday. After Mother's Day, you'll open up on Mondays, right?
That is correct.
Yeah, which is amazing because it's one of the only places that on Mondays everybody's closed, but you're open, and it's a great spot to go. I don't even want to tell anybody about it because I want to go there, and I want to get in. So, but we'll leak it out here a little bit.
Exactly.
And then we'd be remiss if we didn't talk about the Tavern Smokehouse. I mean, if you like barbecue, or not even so much barbecue anymore, because you kind of expanded the menu, didn't you?
Yeah, so we're still doing the classic smoked meats, the brisket burn-ins, pulled pork, the ribs, of course, smoked turkey, but kind of taking a little bit of twist on the menu to offer a little bit more items. So we're also starting to focus on some comfort foods. So we have meatloaf on the menu, fried chicken, a couple different sandwiches, doing a smoked brisket Reuben. One of my favorites is the smoked brisket Philly. So literally some burnt ends chopped up, some white queso, sauteed onions, mushrooms, and of course, I like a little spice. So I chop up a little bit of jalapenos in mine. It's just this big old messy sandwich that you have to eat with a fork, otherwise it's like running down your elbow. So
That's one of those. And then you got mac and cheese over there too, right?
of course, yeah, we got a handcrafted mac and cheese. So why not do a 4-cheese macaroni from scratch? So we literally start off with the old school roux, roasted garlic, heavy cream, and then little secret, you got to throw in a little bit of Velveeta in there. That comes that creaminess, but also there's mozzarella, there's a provolone and Provel in this mac and cheese sauce, and we make it to order. We literally dunk the pasta, get it hot, toss it in the cheese sauce, and then you do a side of mac and cheese, or we have what's called the mac and meat. So you add your favorite meat to a mac and meat bowl. So,
man, I'll tell you, you're making me hungry, brother. Listen, you can do so much for the West Side. You guys have so much going on over there. I don't even know how you sleep because there's just constantly things going on. But all 3 locations, no matter what you want to do, get over to the West Side, get to Tavern Trattoria, get to Tavern at Trails End, get to the Tavern Smokehouse. John, we're just so happy that you're, providing all this great food for us.
Well, absolutely. And I appreciate your support and your faith in our product. And I'm literally just a guy who loves food, maybe occasional bourbon cigar here and there too. But but that's where the passion's at. Love the craft, whatever you're doing, whatever you're in. That's what I say is you just love it. We all have to work till we darn near die. So let's have fun doing it,
Have fun doing it. And guys, remember, you can find any of these locations in the LOZ app. Just go into the LOZ app and look under your favorite type of food. You'll see all the information you need to make a reservation, call for carryout, anything that they're doing over there you can get to. Thank you, John. We'd love having you on the show, man. I appreciate you joining me. And, we'll talk to you again here real soon.
Always a pleasure. And we'll see you here next week.
All right, guys, that's it for now. We will be right back after these messages.